Well, sun is shining today, so I guess I should be happy, but I gotta tell you guys, it's cold out here. And we're getting 20 to 30 mile an hour north wind today, which is never fun. But still, I've got a few things that I need to get done. While it's not a great day to be outside in this, it's a good day for moving cows, and that's exactly what I've got to do. First thing, I need to get 3 of these harvest steers down to the auction. I was not able to find buyers for these guys, so rather than continue to feed them when my hay supply is getting a little bit stretched, I think it's better to just take them to the auction and cut our losses. And while I've got the trailer hooked up, it's a good day to go get my habitual fence breaker over at the winter pasture. We patched the fence, we blocked off the cattle guard, and she's still getting out multiple times a day. So it's just time for her to come back. So in order for this to all go smoothly, as I will be doing it by myself like normal, I need to lock these guys here in the little corral so that when I get back with the stock trailer, it's easy to just pull these steers out. There's three of them in here. It'll be easier to pull them out and put them straight in the trailer because they are ready for a new bale. But if I put a new bale in here, it'll be almost impossible to get them away from that bale and into the trailer. So there's some scraps of hay here on the ground. I'm gonna pitchfork these into the feeder, and then that should occupy them while I close the gate. There's a lot to do today, and not a lot of time to do it. That's what's going on today on Farmertylerranch. We got the steers locked up. They'll be ready to go as soon as I get back with the stock trailer. And now I've got to take a round bale over to the winter pasture. But I'm going to use this to my advantage as well. And rather than take a four-wheeler over there and chase that cow all over the place trying to catch her in the catch corral, I'm just going to park the feed wagon with a bale in it in the catch corral and just catch all of them. And then when we come back with the trailer, she'll be fairly easy to sort off. Caught ya. Well, they got 2 days worth of hay there, a water trough, salt. They've got everything they could really want, and they're only going to be in there for a few hours. So while they're working on that bale, we'll go hook the trailer up and get these steers hauled down to the sale. Well, I got a little gap here, but I can come back a little bit further. Either way, these guys are way too big to fit through that. I do want to say a couple words about this stock whip. I know a lot of people watching have livestock, have dealt with livestock. You understand how this works, but Some people watching don't, and they probably are curious as to how these are used, because just by the very name of it, it seems like a pretty cruel instrument. A stock whip's primary purpose is to make sound. You can hear that. That's enough to move cattle. You don't necessarily have to strike them, but it's not a bad thing to have in your hands in case one decides to come after you. Some people put bags on the end of them too, and I've tried that with varying degrees of success. So today's plan is a little different than how I normally load. Obviously, we're still using the loading chute. I don't really have much choice there, but my goal is to not use this area because the mud is still thick here. I'm not even sure. Okay, so right there, it quit holding my weight. The idea today is to bring them up the back side of the bullpen here, and I'm gonna move this temporary panel, and the goal is gonna be to just direct them straight into the loading chute. I don't have a good way to separate off the ones that I need, so that could get a little bit tricky, but I think overall this is just gonna be better. So I got this panel moved now, and this T-post gonna, luckily it's loose enough. I think I can just pull it right out. Oh, I'll need two hands, but anyway. So when they get down here to the end of the alley, I'm hoping that they just kind of look to their right and they'll see this this lead up to the trailer. This kind of goes along with cattle behavior. It's similar to how a bud box works. This isn't ideal, but I think it'll work. And longtime viewers are saying, man, you haven't fixed that yet, because this has been problematic in my corral for many years, probably as long as the channel's been around. And I think this year is the year that I'm gonna get the rest of this area fixed. There we go. So if this all goes perfect, these big boys will come right in, like that guy, and I won't have to mess with them too much. Like grass ought to keep them occupied for a minute. The trick is gonna be getting the other two in without these guys messing me up. So, how about you, Red? Make me proud. Make me proud. Attaboy. Go on. Go on. I've got two right where I need them. This last guy, I'm worried if I go over to get him, all these other calves are gonna go in there, but I'm gonna have to try something. Oh my gosh. Make it look like I know what I'm doing almost. Come on, boy. Follow your friends. Hey. Look at that. My goodness, this is too easy. Okay, forward. Forward. Come on, you've been in there before. No, no. Get up! Hey, 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 hey! Get up there! Huh? Well, I don't know what to say. That went too easy. I mean, I thought it would work, but I didn't think it would work that easily. So I'm gonna let the kids back out now. There's no sense to keep them locked up, but I'm gonna hold off getting their round bill until we get back, just because today is actually sale day and I don't want to be late, so I got to get on the road. I've got these guys locked in the front of the trailer. Reason being is that they've got plenty of room up there all together, but if that crowd gate was open and they were allowed to just like roam about the trailer, that makes towing a lot more dangerous because your weight is changing in your trailer as you're moving, and that means you're you're sporadically getting more weight on the back end of the truck, less weight, the front end's getting light, the front end's getting heavy, and in an extreme case, that could cause you to lose control. It's better to have more weight on the front of the trailer, and that just so happened to be where these guys were standing. So we've got them locked up in the front there, and if you've ever wondered why there are crowd gates or why people choose to do that, that's why. Well, good news. It looks like we made it here on time. They're still accepting cattle. I was a little worried I might have to pay for them to feed these guys for a week, because I sure wasn't going to make another trip, but I think we're good. All right, well, we got the boys dropped off. Gotta say, it's kind of disappointing to put all this time into them and to just end up selling them at the auction, but when you're in this kind of a business, sometimes that's just the way she goes. Let's run back to the winter pasture and see if we can't get that cow loaded up. Well, I think I got all the gates set, trailer's in place, so let's see how easy she is to break off the group here. There she is, number 59. Looks like she's ready to drop a calf any second. Play it. There you go. Come on, honey. Good girl. These cows are just making me look good today. I don't know what it is. All right. I think the rest of them are ready to get back out there. Closing a crowd gate like that, that's actually really dangerous, and I see a lot of people using the crowd gate to slam against the animal to drive it towards the front of the trailer. The danger in doing that is if they push back, that gate can come right back at you, especially if you have your arm on it. That's a good way to break it. Really didn't like about transporting her right now is that I do know she's close to having a calf, and anything like this, no matter how gentle and careful we go about it, it's gonna stress them out a little bit. Even if it has nothing to do with, you know, what we did, loading her in a trailer, just the fact of taking her out of one herd and putting her into another is gonna be stressful for her. And a lot of times that stress can induce labor. She's far enough along that I'm not too worried about it. I don't think it's going to be a premature calf, but still, I don't want to just put her out here in the big corral and let her fend for herself, because she may have a calf tonight, and that's not a good environment for the calf to be born in. In fact, as I'm standing here talking, I can see a little bit of discharge coming out of her, and she looks really loose in the back end. I would almost bet this calf is coming within 24 hours. So, because it is March 1st as I'm filming this, and we're getting close to time for everyone to start having calves, I think today is a good day to turn these cows out into the front pasture. I'd been kind of holding off on doing this because I was trying to stock up feed, but as you can see, the geese have other plans, and every time they land out there like that, they pick the grass right down to the ground. So if either the geese are gonna eat it or the cows are gonna eat it, let's just let the cows eat what's there. Not only will this ensure that she has a nicer place to have her calf, but it'll also distract the rest of the cows, because commonly when you bring a new cow into a herd, even though these cows have run together before, it doesn't matter. Once they've been separated for a while, once you bring them back together, they have to fight to establish pecking order. And fighting is one thing I really don't want her doing right now in her current state. So I think if we open the gate and turn these girls loose, that it'll give them something else to think about, and hopefully they won't pick on her too bad. All right, go ahead. Oh, you're fine. Here, I'll move. Well, they will enjoy what little grass is there along the fence, but I don't imagine it'll take them very long to eat that down. I'll still have to feed these cows hay for the foreseeable future, honestly. Until it starts really warming up, I don't really expect that pasture to do much. In fact, I have been considering putting the bulls out a month later so that calves would come in April instead of March, and then that would allow the grass a little bit more time to stockpile before I have to turn the cows out, because I have to turn the cows out once I start having calves. But then on the other end of it, everybody's a month younger when you go to sell them, so I don't know. All I can say is this net wrap must really taste good, because they cannot quit eating it. Well, I guess the mud was a little deeper than I had anticipated, so hopefully this will winch out. The whole reason that I wanted to come out here is because I know I got this top broken wire here. This probably isn't really critical. I don't think they're gonna jump over this because it's missing one wire on the top, but they will probably reach over it and break more wires, so better just fix it now. Well, I think they'll stay in there tonight. I guess we'll find out in the morning. Well, I let the cows out, got the fence fixed, and where does she start nesting? Right here in this muddy corral. I hope she changes her mind before she goes into full-blown labor, but I think that's what we're seeing here. She's starting to look for a spot to do this. And God, I hope she doesn't do it in here, but at this point, all I can really do is just kind of step back and let her do what she's gonna do. What? What's the matter? What do you see? What do you see? You don't like that? Today we did it. We hit 100,000 subscribers. I just wanted to mention it, and I want to thank everybody for subscribing and commenting and watching the videos over the years. Your guys' support has meant the world to us. Back when I started this channel, I remember how hard it was to get to 100 subscribers and then 1,000 subscribers. And there was honestly a long time that I felt like, you know, getting to 5,000 to 10,000, somewhere in there, would be probably about where my ceiling was. And I didn't expect to ever go beyond that. So it's humbling. I really I'm at a loss for words. So I just want to thank you guys, and you're awesome. So hopefully the next video, you'll be seeing a brand new baby calf. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys, and I hope I'll see you again
on Farmertylerranch.